Good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Hi, how are you, Pinky?
I'm doing great, ma'am. What about you?
I'm doing great as well. Thank you for your concern. So, how is your day shaping up today?
Ma'am, it's shaping up very well. Ma'am, am I
Mhm.
properly audible to you or do I need to plug in the earphones?
No, no, you're properly audible, loud and clear. No problem as
Okay,
such.
okay,
hmm
okay, ma'am.
Okay,
So
great.
far my day is going great. I have completed all my household chores and I have
hmm
sent my daughter to the playground so that she can't disturb me while
Uh-huh.
during this session.
So, you've arranged everything for yourself for a calm and peaceful session.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes.
right. All right. That's great. So that's the beauty of motherhood. And that's the beauty of, I would say, dedicated learners that they manage to do everything and they don't give excuses, actually. Right.
Yes, ma'am. Because, ma'am, when my daughter is around that time, it becomes very difficult for me to
Mhm.
articulate my thoughts and to speak because constantly the background noise is coming and my mind get distracted
Exactly.
uh,
Mm.
often. So that is why I try to take sessions when my daughter is not around.
I can completely understand. And you have to keep an eye on them as well at the same time. So you can't completely focus on your session. That happens. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So before we start with our today's topic of discussion, could you please introduce yourself a little bit so that our audience would get to know about you?
Yes, ma'am, sure. My name is Pinky, and my roots are from Uttarakhand. Basically, I'm from Uttarakhand, but I got married in Himachal, so
Mhm.
I can say that I belongs to Uttarakhand as well as Himachal. And presently, I live in Delhi because of my government job, because I work here in Delhi. And I live in a nuclear family. My
Mhm.
in-laws live in Himachal Pradesh.
Mm.
And I'm a mother of a 3-year-old daughter, so that's pretty much about me.
Wonderful. And despite being married to a Himachali man, I would say you're still Pahari because Himachal and Uttarakhand both are mountainous regions. So you're still Pahari, right?
And the culture and most of the things are means belongs to Uttarakhand, means the
Mm-hmm.
culture, food, and most of the things are similar to Uttarakhand. So I don't feel that I'm married in Himachal.
Exactly. There are many people who are married to Himachali guys and Himachali girls got married to Uttarakhandi boys. So I would say cultures or people are moving beyond boundaries these days in everything, not just in marriage, but in everything. They are moving beyond boundaries.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So would you like to share a little bit about how our WhatsApp learning community has contributed in your English learning journey?
It has been 5 months completed on this platform. My 6 month is running, and I can see a drastic change in myself because before joining this group, I was very hesitant in front of other people while speaking in English, and I used to fumble a lot when somebody speaks to me in English. That time I used to think twice in my mind that what to speak next. But now I can articulate my thoughts very well. I knew the grammar rules earlier also, but whenever I had to speak in front of someone, instead of saying something, I used to say something wrong because of fear. So now I don't have a fear of facing people, and because of this group, I introduced new vocabulary, and I am using new phrases as well. So I can say that because of this platform only, I gained a lot of confidence and I can speak in front of anyone. Although I was afraid of making an eye contact with someone earlier,
Mhm.
I used to feel shy, and I used to avoid people who speak in English with me. But now I'm pretty much confident while speaking
Mhm.
with someone. So it's just because of this group only.
Wonderful. And it's all about regular practice and the right speaking environment. So you have completely immersed yourself in the right speaking environment. And this is the result of that dedication, that immersion, I would say. Very good. Great job on that. And I hope you continue learning a lot of things in our WhatsApp learning community.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. And the most important thing about this platform is that every time you will get a co-learner to practice at
Hmm.
any time. If I connect at 11 at night, there will be some participant who will be available to talk. So
Hmm.
anytime I can connect with everyone, or they are very dedicated, means every person is keen to learn new things from you. And every day we connect with different people. So we get to know many things because every person has a different way of explaining things. Every person has a different way of communicating, or they introduce new vocabulary as well. So this platform has helped me a lot, and especially our mentors, you
Hmm.
and Neha ma'am. You have given, I can say that you are lighting my path. That is why I could see myself here today.
Hmm. Thank you so much for that. And I'm so glad that you're learning a lot because this group is of intermediate learners. So that's the USP of it. You don't get to meet beginners and you don't waste your time talking with beginners, although that is also very important in today's English language learning journey because people don't understand the importance of talking to different levels of speakers actually. But yes, in this group, you get to learn a lot from other intermediate learners speaker. But at the same time, you can try other apps as well where you get to meet beginners as well so that you challenge yourself. How to match your pace with beginners, how to match your pace with intermediate learners, advanced learners. So that's how you have to change your pace, change your vocabulary as well, depending on the other person in front of you. So that's how you challenge and improve in your learning journey. Right.
Surely, ma'am,
Okay.
I'll do it.
Yes, yes. So today's topic of discussion is life lessons. And I tell you, I'm in my early 30s and I have learned a lot of things till now. And not from books, not from people's advice, but I would say from life experiences. And I believe life experience is the best teacher. Like experience is the best teacher, I would say. And people tell us a lot of things, our parents or older people around us, they tell us a lot of things, but we don't really understand the depth of their thoughts until we experience it ourselves, until life makes us go through something. So that happens with us. Only then do we understand that, yes, they were right. So I'm sure you also must have gone through such experiences in your life and you have learned a lot that you can share with our audience as well. So in today's session, we are not going to talk about just random lessons, but we are going to talk about different areas of life. For example, marriage, work, parenting, money. So what kind of lessons we have learned in these areas of life? So this is going to be a structured conversation. Okay, so that we don't miss anything, right? So let's start with
Okay.
relationship, marriage. So what is that one lesson that you have learned after marriage that you were not aware of before it?
Yes, ma'am. When I got married, when any girl get married, the life changed drastically because
Hmm.
you have to manage yourself according to the family, or you face many challenges initially, and later on you become used to of that environment. But initially you face a lot of struggle to do the household things or to match up with their level.
Hmm.
So when I got married, I was not good at cooking. Means we used to eat very simple kind of food like Uttarakhandi people, and if I talk about Himachali people, they make different kind of cuisines, right? So there were many dishes which I were not aware about, or I took a lot of time to learn those things. And especially my father-in-law, he is very good at cooking and he is very fond of eating. He belongs from an army background, and
Hmm.
he used to cook since his childhood. So he taught me many things, how to make such kind of dishes. And in my in-laws family, they live in a joint family there. So whenever I had to cook, I had to prepare in a large quantity, which I was not used to of making earlier. And initially I found it very difficult because I had to stand in a kitchen for sometimes 2 hours when I used to go to my hometown. So it was very difficult for me, but later on I realized that people were helping me out and they were teaching me how to make this. But
Mm-hmm.
now I'm very comfortable with cooking and all such things. And initially I found a difficulty in interacting with people because my great grandmother in law, she used to speak in Himachali only. She does not speak in Hindi. So I was very I couldn't understand her properly. Right. So it was a barrier for me, communication barrier. So I always wanted my husband with me to translate what she's speaking. So these were the two things where I had to manage a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So, what did you learn from this challenge where you were facing communication barriers? So, how did you cope up with that?
With the help of my husband only,
Okay.
because the elder people, they speak in a very fluent, or sometimes they speak very fast and you don't understand it. She uses a typical language, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was difficult for me to understand. So I used to tell my husband to sit with me and to tell what she is talking to me. But
Mm-hmm.
gradually I learned it, and now I am able to understand 50% of what she says.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So we can say that language shouldn't be a barrier in connecting with people, in making that connection with people, right? So you just find your way out to connect with people, to make relationships with them, right? What about
Yes, ma'am.
small gestures in married life? Because I've learned this after getting into this married life. I've learned that we should not wait for big events or birthdays, anniversaries, because people do make you feel special on your big days, right? But what about those everyday small efforts? That also matters, actually. For example, if your partner is tired, we can simply ask for a cup of tea. So that is a small gesture that will make him realize that, yes, you really matter for them, right? Other than that, maybe sitting with them for a while and talking about your day, helping them without being asked. So these small gestures really matter. What do you think about this? Is it really important in a married life?
Yes, ma'am, definitely it is important. And I feel as a working woman, I also want my husband to support me with household chores, and I also support him because we both are a working parent, right? And we live in a nuclear family, so we both have to raise our kid together. So it's like a teamwork for us. My husband basically do a work from home job just because of my daughter, because I'm in a government sector and I don't have this option of doing a work from home. So my husband opt this benefit of working from home. And there is a nanny, she looks after my daughter. So my husband remains at home, and so that he can watch the nanny whether she is taking care of her properly. But
Mhm.
when I come once I come back to home after office, then I take all the responsibility, right? I give tea to my husband, and I like doing all the household chores by my own, like
Mhm.
cooking and all things. But yeah, sweeping, mopping, these all are done by my house help. But yes, cooking, which I prefer to do it by my own. And on weekends, I prefer to make some special meal for my family, for my husband, whatever he likes to eat. So it's like a means it's like a teamwork. My husband also think about me, that she is also a working woman and she gets tired. She thinks about means she looks after our kid after coming back from office. So we do a teamwork. Whenever I feel tired, my husband takes all the responsibility. When he has his meetings or his calls, because when you do a work from home, there is no time, right? Your boss can take a meeting at 10. at night. So I have to manage things accordingly, and I have to look after everything, whether when he is busy with his work. So
Mhm.
yes, it's a teamwork. We both look after each other.
Wonderful. So this teamwork is really very important in a good married life. Otherwise, people are really missing out on this. Only one person is grinding day in and day out, taking care of everything, and the other one is not even aware of this and taking the other person for granted. So this kind of marriage doesn't work. But yes, when you value your partner and you get the same value from other side too, same respect, mutual understanding, and that marriage goes really well. And I would say consistency, small efforts and consistency also build that kind of trust, that kind of love, and it really matters. Right. Okay, so marriage taught us about relationships. And if I talk about work, what is that one reality that nobody teaches us?
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
I felt that when I was fresher in my when I initially start my job, that time I was in a private sector. I did it for 3 years,
Mhm.
and initially I found that people are like this. They never spoon feed you. You have to learn things by your own in a private sector, because everybody are in a race of getting promotion, getting appraisals, right? So they will never teach you each and everything. You have to learn by your own, and you
Mhm.
have to be mindful that who is actually a fair weather friend, or who is a friend for keep, right? You can't trust every person. And I was very naive at that time, because I had started doing my job when I was just 19. So I was very new to that culture, and I was not aware about that people can be so shrewd. And I
Mhm.
met with some people, they were very shrewd, they didn't teach me anything, and I had to learn things by my own. So I feel when you explore the things, then only you get to know that how people, because there are different people in a world, and you have to understand them, and you will get to know about them only when you interact with them. So
Exactly.
I learned that people never teach you everything. You have to learn
Mm.
it by your own.
True. So we can say that this workplace politics is real. I have also learned that the hard way. When I used to work in corporates, I was also naive because I joined as a fresher and I used to do my work with full dedication, full loyalty. I used to love my company. But later I realized we can love our work, but we shouldn't get too attached to our companies and our colleagues actually, because you never know when they can throw you out. If they get someone better, if better than you, they'll simply throw you out or maybe plan something behind your back just to throw you out of your company. Right. So that is something
Yes,
I actually experienced. And that is the reason I always tell people that don't get too attached to your company. Just love your work and grow in your work, keep learning and keep moving. Right. So that is also one reality of workplace life, I would say. So I would like to ask you, what
yes.
is that one thing that surprised you when you entered professional world?
One thing which surprised me is that now I'm working in a government sector, right? And here the people are like, they know that they have a job security, right? The culture is totally different from private sector. In a
Mhm.
private sector, you'll find people, they will not teach you anything, right? Because they want appraisals, promotions, and good positions, right? But in a government sector, I have found that people are like that, they don't do their work, and they drag their files to my table
Okay.
to do it, because they
Uh-huh.
know that their job is secure. And I feel that when the person comes to the age of 50, thereafter they stop working that much. They feel
Mhm.
like they are they have served a lot, and now they are in the age, and after 5 or 10 years they will get retired. So
Mhm.
they become very lenient, right? And this thing I have observed that now in a government sector people are very lenient, and sometimes they don't do their work properly, which I seriously don't like. They just time pass,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't like. And sometimes I feel that I work so hard and they don't do any work, still they are getting the same salary, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the thing which I like in corporate sector, that according to your performance you are appraised. But in a government sector, if you are doing nothing, still you are getting promotions, you are
Mm-hmm.
getting same hikes. So this is the difference I found, and this is the one thing I realized in a government sector, that they don't put much efforts in doing something. They just
Mm-hmm.
drag their file to some other table so that the other person who is a very hardworking, they can do it for them.
Mm-hmm. Right. And government sector is actually infamous for that. But yes, private sector is worse, I would say, because people would crush you down to move up that corporate ladder. They want to surpass you, right? And it, no matter what it takes, but they are going to do that to simply crush you down and move forward. So government sector is far better, I would say, in that case, right?
Yes, ma'am. And I get a lot of time. Means the timings are fixed, 10 to 5. They don't ask you to sit beyond 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have your personal work, or when you haven't completed your task, then only you have to sit for completing your task. Otherwise, nobody will compel you to sit and do your work. But in a
Mm-hmm.
private sector, I have found that you will means when you will finish your work, your employer will not allow you to go. He will always
Mm,
demand you to sit for extra hours. And
exactly.
your appraisals also depends on this factor, whether you have
Mm-hmm.
given any extra hours to the company or not.
Exactly, exactly. So, like, the kind of culture private sectors have, that is pathetic. They completely drain employees by the end of the day, and they don't feel like they are also human beings. That is so true about private sectors. But yes, in that case, we need to prepare hard for cracking government interviews if you really want that better working culture, isn't it?
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
Okay, so once we start working, then money enters the picture, right? So, what is one thing you now understand about money that your younger self didn't?
Yes, ma'am. When I had joined the job, I was very extravagant. I used to feel like now salary is credited to my account, I have to utilize it.
Mm-hmm.
I did not have this sense that I have to save some part of my salary for future and the
Mm-hmm.
rest I have to spend. Gradually, I learned this thing that no, we have to save 10 or 20% of our salary, and the rest we can proportionate it. Like we need policies for our future as well, because when you get married you have so many things to look after, like the education of your child, and for emergency as well you have to keep the funds for emergency. And as everybody knows that inflation is very high, and higher education is very expensive, so you have to save the money from since your child is admitted to school, then
Mm-hmm.
only you will be able to give a good higher education to your child, right? Because I have seen many cases where child is very brilliant, very bright, but parents does not have a money to give them a proper education or the proper course. So I don't want to do this now. I have given this part to my husband to segregate my salary and to fix it, like in some policies, or in SIPs, or or in some FDs, so that
Mm-hmm.
I don't spend most of my salary in household things or for just extra things. So
Mm-hmm.
now I am taking 50% of my salary, and 50% goes to other people like my nanny, house help, and other household expenses as well. So
Mm-hmm.
now I have learned with time that it is important to save a good amount of money.
Wonderful. That's great. And definitely, so we should start investing early on, and it's never too late to invest. So even if you haven't invested yet, do it now because it's never too late to invest your money and grow your money. I've also learned one lesson after I started earning money that we do not need to rely on our partners to manage our money actually. If we can earn money, we can manage it as well. Like we have that caliber, but sometimes we second guess ourselves that we are not that capable of managing our money. We can earn, but we ask our husband to manage our money or manage our family's money overall. But we need to start learning that as well early on. So we can start small, maybe with SIPs, fixed deposits, and over the period of time, we'll also gain knowledge. So we are not just growing our money, but we are also growing our knowledge, and we are not dependent on anyone for this, for money management. So we're going to learn a lot of things going forward. So that's one thing I think all ladies should work on and should start thinking upon. What do you think?
Yes, ma'am. I also feel because I am not even aware about that what is the growth of my SIP. I don't
Hmm.
even know that how much amount is accumulated in my SIP. And I'm very poor at it. Initially, I had tried to invest in some FDs or in some SIPs, but I didn't get much benefit because I think I have not that much knowledge. Or sometimes I feel that because of scarcity of time, we don't do it because once I come back from office, all the responsibility of my daughter is on my shoulder. And these days, I have taken up this a challenge of learning this language.
Hmm.
So I'm investing my time on this as well. So my husband is good at it, means where to invest and where to use your fund. So that is why I have given the responsibility to my husband. But yes, definitely. When my daughter will turn to 5 or 6, then she will be able to understand things. She will not be that much mischievous, what she is right now. So
Hmm.
that time, I think I'll get more time to understand things, to understand the market because investing money is a very great responsibility. You can't invest your money anywhere,
Hmm.
otherwise you will end up getting only a loss. So and earlier I had also thought to learn the stock market as well, but somehow I couldn't learn it or I
Hmm.
didn't get it properly. So maybe later in my life I will learn how to invest with my husband only, and I will take all the charge of
Hmm.
investing.
Exactly. So because of that little risk factor, we do not take any chance, right? But
Yes, ma'am.
yes, this is how we learn. We learn from both good and bitter experiences. So I think you should also start doing that, right? Maybe sit with your husband and
Yes,
talk
ma'am.
about money, talk about money management or what he is doing with the money, right? So that is how it starts. All right, that's great.
Yes.
But yes, it's easier said than done, I would say. I also preach this thing, but it's really very difficult to manage money because this is our hard earned money and we simply don't want to get into any kind of loss. That is again true,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
we should start learning, maybe watch some videos related to money management. Ankur Wariku is there. His channel is really famous for money management, financial securities, or financial literacy as well. So he talks about it a lot. So we can start with that as well. And I've also started investing. Lately, I started it. And I feel so great about it that I have started investing my money because earlier I was simply procrastinating it because of some or the other reason. But now I've started it. So I feel so good about it. At least my money is not sitting in the bank just like that. It is growing over time.
And
Hmm.
ma'am, I have a mentor for that as well because my sister is a chartered accountant. My Jiju is also a CA. My both the sisters are CA. But still, I don't know why I'm afraid of investing my money, and I just believe other people like my
Hmm.
husband, my sister, my Jiju to invest it for me. I don't know
Hmm.
why, for what reason, but I don't take a charge of investing my money.
But that's so great. It's a blessing that you have chartered accountants in your family. So you can definitely rely on them. But at the same time, for your knowledge, you can start studying markets or finances, right? just for your knowledge.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
So we have touched many phases of life, marriage, work, parenting, money, and I'm sure our audience is going to learn a lot of lessons from today's session, and they can make their life much easier now. They need not to go through these phases. Although we need to experience these things to get into the depth of it and to understand it completely, but still they'll get a slight idea about life and how experiences really work in life. All right, Pinky, I want to
Yes.
take a moment to thank you for participating in today's session and providing your insights. Those were really thoughtful and mindful, I must say.
Yes, ma'am, totally. It's my pleasure to be on this platform that you invited me for this, and I was waiting for this for so long. And I had never thought that I would come up on screen and talk to you because
Mhm.
I was not so courageous to face camera, but now I'm doing this just because of our mentor, you and Neha, ma'am. So thank you so much to both of my mentor from the bottom of my heart.
That's so kind of you. And yes, have a great day ahead then, and I'll see you again sometime later. All
Okay, ma'am.
right.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you. Take care.